So Cristina Banson is also another nurse in the ICU unit. She's going to share her personal story.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cristina Banson. I'm a nurse at Mass General Hospital, and I would like to thank the PMA for inviting me for this webinar. This is my personal story. So nothing can prepare me enough for a call about a patient with COVID-19. I got paged by the ICU to place an IV on a patient who just came from the emergency room, and it was around 2 a.m. The physicians having difficulty trying to get access, and the patient was deteriorating quickly. She was about to be intubated. I am a vascular nurse, one of 2 IV specialists in the entire hospital. They call our team when no one else can do it. We are the ones who always can get access no matter what. I just got back from another call. I had barely put my IV bag down when I picked up the phone and called a resource nurse. She mentioned that the patient might be someone I know. I felt this light gush in my chest, and as soon as I heard the name, my heart started pounding and my knees shook. I sat down while tears flowed in my eyes. We were short-staffed, but I told her that I would be there very soon. So when this pandemic began, I made a bargain with God. Whenever I prayed, I told him that I would work however many shifts I'm asked, as long as my family and loved ones are spared. This call was about a dear friend. We have a long history and worked together for many years. She's bubbly, vibrant, and always put together. And we just celebrated her birthday. On my way to the ICU, I knew I needed to be brave and that I had to make sure that I had got her line in. As I walked through the door, I saw her lying on a bed, breathing in agony despite wearing a nasal cannula of 6 liters of oxygen. She was in respiratory distress, but managed to smile at me. I grabbed her hand and told her to hang in there. I didn't know what else to say. I have no words for her. All I wanted was to give her a hug, but that I could not do. I told her that I had come to put her IV. She was very dehydrated and had not eaten for 2 days. She apologized for being a difficult stick and explained that no one could find a good vein in the emergency room. Her arms have been bruised heavily. There had been many attempts by many people that most of her veins had collapsed. She could barely complete her sentences, but managed to tell me that she has been sick for a week and tested positive. I saw her smile gently while she said, "I'm glad you're here, Tina." What she did not realize was that I already placed the IV while we were talking. And I joked with her and said, "Well, at least you got your nails done." I came by to check on her the next evening. She was heavily sedated. It was distressing to see her in a prone position, but I knew that it would help. I put my hand against the door, closed my eyes, and prayed for her. I left the ICU with a heavy heart, and as the door shut, I wept. I can't remember how many days she was intubated in the ICU. I lost count. On my days off, I thought of her often and prayed for the day when I would see her as the vibrant friend that I knew. One evening, I was called back to the ICU. I asked if I could talk to her. They were preparing her for extubation and she was being weaned off sedation. She was extremely anxious and disoriented. She needed a familiar voice to calm her down. So I put on my PPE and walked quietly inside her room. I saw tears flowing through her eyes when she saw me. I tried my best to keep my emotions under control and asked if she recognized me. She nodded and wrote my name on the clipboard. In our native language, I asked her to stay calm. I explained that the team was planning to take her off the ventilator very soon. She pulled my hand against her chest and nodded. I sat for a few minutes with her and left. This time, I had a strong sense of hope that she would make it. I was off for a few days. And then when I came back for my next visit, I learned that she has been successfully extubated and transferred out of the ICU. I knew she has not seen her elderly mother for more than 3 weeks. I pick up the phone and help her get on a video call with her family. It was truly a very emotional moment for her, her family, and for myself. My friend is back home now, and she's recovering well. I continue to report to work as a vascular nurse and take shifts when I was needed. I will never forget how this pandemic has changed my life in a profound way. When I was helpless seeing a dear friend on a hospital bed, the tears that I shed and the prayers that I whispered during those times became my only salvation. Thank you.
Wow, Cristina, just listening to you, we can never underestimate the comfort of friendship and the assurance that we are trusting professionals with our lives. And how do you treat a loved one? We also heard from Cristina that patients have fear and have humility. Apologizing for not having a vein during a line is an incredible enlightened moment for a patient, because a healthcare provider and a frontliner knows exactly what it's like. And also for Cristina, allowing the emotion of potential grief, the threat of losing a good friend and a coworker. So all these success stories bring us to the realization that there is hope, and we hold on to that.